Well, this little log cabin out in the bush belonged to one of Manitoba's most famous boogeymen. His name was Percy Moggey. And in 1960, Percy Moggey became the only person to ever escape from Stony Mountain Penitentiary, which is just north of Winnipeg. When he escaped, he went into the bush and built this log cabin, which is north of Eriksdale. Percy lived here for almost a year before he was recaptured, and in that year, because nobody knew where Percy was, he became a kind of media monster. He was made into this boogeyman that could be anywhere in Manitoba. Nobody knew where Percy was hiding out, so everybody was at risk. And this went on to the point where parents would sometimes use Percy Moggey as a persuasion for kids to, I don't know, go to bed, eat their broccoli, or Percy Moggey will get you. He became that kind of boogeyman. Percy lived in this beautiful place for almost a year. He was a thief and would go into Eriksdale and Lundar and all the other available towns and steal what he needed, and sometimes he left money in place of what he took. It was probably stolen money, but Percy was that kind of a crook. But he did live in this little shack. He also had another kind of underground house, a sod underground house, and I'm not sure where that was. There doesn't seem to be any direction to it here. Let's take a look inside. Going into Percy's cabin now. Alright, so we have a little wood stove here, chimney, mud floor, mud in the chinks between the logs. There was a bed, a table, some dishes, most of a chair, an old pickaxe, some other junk falling apart. Nice digs, Percy. So how was Percy Moggey recaptured? Well, Percy Moggey, as I mentioned, had the other sod house, and some people were out digging Seneca root, and they found this sod house and reported it to the police because there seemed to be some strange man attached to it as well. And that's how Percy was recaptured. Just looking at his cabin here, the roof is corrugated tin. I would imagine that would have been something that he probably stole. A lot of work went into building this thing. Well, if you feel a compelling need to visit Percy Moggey's cabin, it's a little obscure and it's north of Eriksdale. It's about 7 or 8 kilometers north of Eriksdale. There's a sign by the side of the road. The road is, by the way, Moggey Road is what they call it. Don't look for any signs in Eriksdale, folks. I don't know why they don't put up signs about this stuff, but ask somebody for the directions. That's what I ultimately had to do. And here's the sign that indicates where Percy Moggey's cabin is. It is on the east side of the road, and it's about, it's an easy hike, 3/8 of a mile into the bush. It's rough. People have driven it, crazy, but it's a nice hike through the bush to the cabin.